Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures and Forex Market Preview for Thursday, the 14th of July and Friday, the 15th of July, 2022. Hope you had a good trade. It's been a really boring week. Let's not even talk about it. Like, we literally haven't had a trade trigger that mattered, which is fine. This is what we try to teach people. Summer doldrums. Don't get yourself in bad situations. And, the market did a little bit more today than it's done the last 2 days. We'll look at that in a minute. But overall, it's just been a mess. So, smart traders do not trade during bad markets. That's just how it goes, and it's not been interesting. I thought we'd get a little bit more. We did get an upward move out of options unraveling, and we'll look at that in a minute. But anyways, here we go. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. So it closed a little bit negative today. We're down a little bit more. Still hanging near the lows, but there's nothing really here to look at. The S&P cash lost 17.02. There was a gap down because the CPI number was super high, and now they're talking about another full point rate hike out of the Fed at the next meeting. We'll see if that happens or not. That would take interest rates for mortgages and stuff significantly higher, trying to slow down the inflation. Again, the inflation is really caused by the war and the supply chain issues that continue from COVID and everything else. But at some point, you got to slow it down. NASDAQ 100 down 16.46. This is the NDX. Hanging near the lows, but nothing special there. This has not killed that 13 static trend line. Got the stocks up 19.19 and got the biotechs up 1.01. Russell 2000's down 2. That's a blip. Crude oil at 96.42. I filled up gas at the pump today, and it was significantly cheaper. I filled up at $4, and here in Arizona, $4.60 a gallon. It had been as high as almost 6, so this is good. Brings that back a bit, although it probably implies a slowdown in the economy. That's why that's happening. Gold down $9.10. There's a 13 buy signal. We bounced off the risk line. It is what it is. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ started out very negative, but it ended up negative 278. Not a big deal. Negative 346 on the New York. So again, a few more stocks down than up, but it is what it is. NASDAQ volume of 4.4 billion shares. The VIX closes down 47 cents. The trend closes at 0.99. Puts the 10-day at 1.37, so there's nothing there for a signal. Apple closes at negative 3, down 37 cents. Amazon up $1.18. These are all minimal moves for all these stocks. Obviously, Meta up 22 cents. Again, doesn't really matter. Again, this is how boring today was. Google down $53, and this is the $2,000 stock still. No split, so down $53.34. Still looks like a blip. There's a 13 buy signal in place. Goldman Sachs down $2.38. Netflix up $2.11. Peloton down 32 cents. Puts it at $8.93. They're now going to no longer producing their own bikes. They're outsourcing all of it. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up $1.32. This is what's interesting. So bonds up, rates down, while we get the number that says that rates might go higher faster. We'll see what that means. I suspect this is still a short, but we'll see what happens. Tesla up $11.91. Again, that's kind of just a blip on Tesla. Zoom down $6.98. The VXX was down 7 cents to 22.41. Bitcoin sits just above 20,000. The Dow is down 208. The dollar index, like I said, was up a little bit. All right. So what does that mean? Just let's look at the intraday real quick, just so we're on the same page. Here's the ES on 5-minute candles. So, again, like if you look at Monday, we gapped down, but then dead flat. Tuesday, kind of a flat opening and dead flat until the last hour, maybe hour and a half, kind of sold off a bit. And then, so this is the whole move for the week. And then we gapped down on Wednesday, but that's not a tradable moment. And then come back up to fill the gap, and then nothing after that. So, the trading moments, if you're 3 days in and you maybe have now tradable markets, and that's unfortunate. But again, it's summer, even though there's a lot going on in the world, it surprises me that there's not much more happening. It is what it is. All right, in terms of economic data coming out, we still have, remember, this is options expiration week, so Friday is that. So Friday's probably going to be a bust. For data, Thursday, PPI, unemployment claims, that's the weekly number at 8:30 a.m., natty gas at 10:30, Fed member speaks at 11. China puts out some numbers overnight going into Friday. And then here in the U.S., core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Index, import-export prices at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Another Fed member speaks. And then you've got capacity utilization, industrial production at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. And then preliminary University of Michigan sentiment and business inventories at 10. And that'll wrap up the week. I wouldn't expect much. I probably don't expect much this week or next week. I would tell you, though, that depending on where you live in the country, some people start to go back to school. I know that high schools around here start to go back to school next Tuesday. So the major spring breaks or summer breaks are over. But, August can still be questionable, and it is what it is. We'll find out when we get there. But until we get through, maybe halfway through August, we just got to watch the market activity. If you're not getting a lot of activity, then you don't want to be over trading stocks. And we got to look at volume, of course. That's what it is. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday. Have a good weekend.